Alright, we're the Hebrew Israelites. Come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of your precious kingdom, your precious society, alright? And, you know, it's the Passover and everything, alright? And, you know, we're going to get into some scriptures and all of that. And then, you know, whatever the Spirit has it to, whatever comes out is going to come out, man. Alright? So without much further ado, we'll get into some scriptures, man. And I'm going to be based around Psalms the 94th chapter. Right, let me lift this up a little bit. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this is in the book of Psalms, the 94th chapter. On, you know, the whole thing on down. I'm gonna be jumping around with some supporting precepts and all of that. Alright, but this is predominantly talking about the vengeance that the Most High is gonna take upon your precious society, man, and your precious kingdom, man. Alright? You got it to where, you know, you had the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans in captivity underneath Esau, right? Underneath the so-called Rothschilds, right? Underneath the so-called banking elite, you know, the DuPonts and the Gettys and all of that, man. And really all the house of Esau, man. All right, and no retribution has ever been paid or no account of those labors that the scripture says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter on down. No account of those labors has ever been made. Alright, but guess what? When you go into the scriptures in the book of Zechariah, the 2nd chapter on the 8th verse, which I might touch on a little bit later on, right? The scripture pretty much says that the Most High is the apple of his eye, right? Is the 12 tribes of Israel, the lost 12 tribes of Israel, which are the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, alright? In fact, let me touch on this. This is the book of Deuteronomy, right? The 7th chapter. And the 6th verse, man. And this precept pretty much shows you that the Most High has favors. But even within these favors, he's got favors, all right? And what you're going to find out is he's going to have mercy upon his favor, his elect, so you can understand, all right? And once he has mercy on his elect, that means somebody's going to have to be destroyed. And guess who's going to be destroyed? The 2/3. But alongside with the 2/3, he's going to have the destruction of this power structure, right? Your so-called democracy, your so-called financial deceit. Right, because it's not a monetary system; it's a monetary deceit, man. Right, you got these people believing out here that they actually got some money in their pockets, but when you go into the understanding of what wealth is, right, it's about having land, right? It's about having gold, silver, all right, and in more cases than others, man, it's about having slaves, man. Right, so you're damn right that the Esau slavery, right? Esau is in power right now, and he's wealthy. All right. What we're going to find out is he's illegitimately got that wealth, and he's going to have to pay back that wealth. We go into the book of when you go into the book of Job, the 20th chapter, right? It talks about he's going to have to restore those goods, right? And we go into the breakdown of that word. The restoration of those goods is going to be us taking them by force, man. Right? Or notwithstanding, the Most High is going to have to put the power upon his men, right? And they're going to have to, you know, they're going to get what's theirs, man. Alright, so this is the book of Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter and the 6th verse. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power." Right, and if I was out there with the brothers out there in London, we would have had the sign right there, right? And you see the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And where they are right now, you know, whether they be in the islands out there in Benjamin, right? Whether they be in the Americas, South America, which would be the so-called Latin-speaking tribes. All right, or whether they be the straight up Negroes, man, which is the tribe of Judah, which is situated in the land of America. That's the people of the Most High, right? But they've been dispersed throughout all kind of different countries, man. You got Jakes out there in Italy, you got Jakes out there in Sicily. All right, you got Israelites dispersed throughout the 4 corners of the earth, man. All right, but in the Most High, like he says in Amos the 9th chapter and the 9th verse, it says, "For lo, I will command and I will sift." Right, the house of Israel, like corn is sifted amongst the sieve, not even the least grain is going to fall upon the earth. But that's really talking about the elect, man. The Most High is going to sift the elect, wherever they've been dispersed throughout the 4 corners of the earth. right? He's gonna sift them out from all of them different nations, man, right? And where you got tares, the tares are gonna be destroyed, and the legs are gonna be saved, right? 2/3 is gonna be gotten away with. That's what's holding our people back, man. All right, you got like you got this woman, all right? What's her name, Beyonce, and like she's basically destroying, right, the people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. She's pushing that agenda of feminism, man, which that was all set up, right, to destroy the household, more specifically the Negro household, man, right? Because whatever the women's gonna do, man, the men follow suit, especially within the house of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and that goes all the way back to Adam and Eve, man. Right? The serpent didn't go to Adam; the serpent went to Eve, and that's why the scripture also says, man, right? Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died, man. All right. So it says there. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. And what's special, man? Right? That's when you make something separate from the rest of the world, man. In fact, when you go into the scriptures, it goes as far as saying the nation is a drop of a bucket, of a bucket, man. Right? The Most High is likening them, the abundance of them as into the sands of the sea, man. He doesn't give a damn about the different nations, man. He couldn't care less, right? But the apple of his eye, where his focal point is, man, right? This is the 12 tribes of Israel, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, coming in different shades, colors, and forms, man. Wherever they may be at, but more specifically, even on that, going into the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, right? More specifically than that, the fact that you're gonna have an elect within the elect, man. Right? For not all of Israel are of Israel. Alright? It says, unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So right there, that goes to show you God himself is a racist, man. He has a favor, man. Alright? He favors a particular gene pool, and that particular gene pool goes all the way back since Adam was first placed on the earth, man, because he followed that whole line through. Right up until this day and age, where you got them known as the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and prior to that they were known as the Moors, and prior to that they would have had different names or all of that, man. All right. Came back into the book of Psalms, the 94th chapter. It says, "O Lord, to whom vengeance belongeth." Right. So vengeance is going to be accounted for. Right. The vengeance. Namely of all of the atrocities that happen to our people, right? That vengeance belongeth unto the Most High, the Lord power, whom you know is as God, right? Whom you know is Jesus, man. He's not coming back for no peaceable act. He ain't coming back to be happy-go-lucky and all of that, man. Right? With daffodils and singing songs and all of that, man. He's coming back for vengeance, and we gonna see that in the scriptures, namely in the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, just in a second, man. You're going to see the Lord. The Lord is about vengeance, man. He's about getting his, man. Right? Because you had these Edomites that done put the Lord up on the cross, right? Made a mockery out of him, right? The scripture says even them that pierced him are going to see, man. Right? So the Lord is about getting his, right? And you know his men. Like he said when he was on the sea, man. The Lord said it best. He said, if this was my kingdom, my servants will fight. So how much more so when he's setting up his kingdoms are his servants going to fight, man? Right, the Lord said he's going to make his people a new threshing instrument, man. Right, when you go into the scripture, it says, Israel, thou art my battle axe, my weapons of my... What's a battle axe? A means of executing judgment, man. Right? A means of executing vengeance. All right? So this is in Psalms, the 94th chapter, and the first verse. It says, O Lord, power to whom vengeance belongeth. Right? O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. And that's the time we're in right now, man. We're in a time where, this thing kind of dragging up, because the scripture says it's going to tarry, but surely it's not going to tarry. Really, it's speeding up, man. Right? You got this thing happening out there in the land of Russia, between the so-called Ukrainian forces coming up against the Russians, but it's the American forces, right? That's not my car.
That's a nice motor. You should have one.
What's your point, man? So it'll be funny. Right, like I was saying, man. Right, you got the Russian. See, man, Satan's gonna come up in all different kinds of forms when you're out here, man. Throw the spirit off and all of that, man. All right, but getting back on the point, it said I was saying, man, you got the thing out there with the Russians, man, right? And them Ukrainians, man, and them Ukrainians have been set up. What they're doing against them Russians, man, they've been set up by NATO and the Americans, because that's where they're getting their forces from. That's where they're getting their artillery and their weaponry and all of that, man. They're getting that from the Americans, man. Right, and you go to wherever you go to the news and newspapers and all of that, man. Right, you got a more and more perpetual reproach against the Russians, man. Right, and that's what America does, man. Right, they set up a new boogeyman, right, so they can achieve their goals and their agenda. And you've had it going back from Iraq, right? Now they infiltrate Iraq, right? You got them so-called Jews. They want to go up into the land of Iran, and that's gonna really pop things off, man. Right, and that's what the scripture says. Show thyself, man. Let these heathens go out to war, man. Let them fight, man. Right, because when they go out to war, man, like it says in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, man, he's gonna call them all into the land of Jehoshaphat, right? Into the land, into what we know, or what the world knows is Armageddon, man, the mountain of troops, man. Right, because there ain't gonna be no the fighting force, right? That's gonna win that war really isn't even involved in this whole conversation, man. Namely, the Most High, the Lord Power, man, fighting for the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. That you don't see that on the newspapers, because going back into the book of Psalms, what did they say? Right, they said, listen, they conspire together, they take crafty counsel against thy people, man, that anointed ones. They say let's cut the name of Israel out from the books, man. Pretty much. Alright? So it says there, O Lord, to whom vengeance belongeth, O Lord, power, right? To whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself, man. Right, and let me jump to the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter. Right, and you're going to see exactly how the Lord's going to come, and this is one of my favorite scriptures. Right, because you got this world, man, in this society, right? Esau has completely turned everything upside down. Even the characteristics of whom the world knows as Jesus, of which we know him as Yahweh, right? He's even turned the characteristics of him upside down. He made him this fluffy, lovable character, man. But when you go into the scriptures, man, right, they say the Lord was an austere man, all right? They say, the scripture says in Exodus, the 15th chapter and the 3rd verse, the Lord is a man of war, man. All right, and you're going to see in this scripture here, you're going to find out he ain't going to come, he's going to meet you as a man. He ain't going to come, he's going to shake your hand and all of that. Those going to come and destroy the vast majority of the people on the earth, man. All right, matter of fact, when you go into the scripture, I believe it was Ezra. Ezra said, man, in thy wrath, show mercy. Remember mercy in thy wrath, man. So that's how the Lord really coming back, and really he coming back soon, man. All right. Now let me get my notes in order. Right, and this is in the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, and the first verse on down. Excuse me. Right, it says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?" So this was the man Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah, right, seeing a vision, right, and he saw a vision of a man coming from Edom. Right, which modern day Edom is America, England, and all of that, all land where the Edomites dwell. All right, that's the modern land of Edom. So he was seeing a vision of America, right, of the Lord coming through from America, man. Right, and they say in here, right, with dyed garments from Bozrah, of which Bozrah was the chief city within the land of Edom. Right, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Says, I, that is speaking righteousness, and the Lord spoke in righteousness, all right? When he was on the scene, when the devils came to, the demons came to tempt him, man, he cut them demons up using the scriptures, man. He was on point, all right? That's why he was known as the perfect sacrifice, man, the perfect lamb, right? To make atonement, right, for the iniquity, right? Because the scripture says Israel is laden in iniquity for the iniquity of all the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, the real Israelites. Right, and when you go into the understanding, all the Israel's going to make you notwithstanding that the 2/3 is going to be destroyed on this side, right? But in the scriptures, in the Bible, there's this thing called reincarnation, man. Right, so after the 3rd and 4th generations, all of them people that got destroyed on this side, they're going to come back on the other side, man. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Matter of fact, when I read the scriptures here in Isaiah, the 14th chapter, It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So after all is said and done, man, the Lord's going to still choose Israel. So you got these Russians and Ukrainians and the Americans and Israel and all of that. They're going to come to war. But in the end, the Most High is still going to choose the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. All right? It says, for the Lord will choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. So you're going to have it to where, you're going to have it to where, you know, the ones that were dispersed, right, which became strangers, right, by way of stories spoken about in the book of Maccabees, right, when the Edomites started getting up in power, evils were multiplied within the earth, and out of Israel came about wicked men, all right, and those wicked men, you know, they followed the ways and the customs of the heathen, man. All right, and in so doing, you started having what was known as, you know, not so much as the dispersal, not so much the diaspora, but certainly the beginning of the true meaning of Gentiles, which comes from the word gentilis, man. Right, of which you had certain Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, which were the real Israelites, using their culture in, man. Right, and they became as heathens. And that's why you have it to where here the strangers is going to be joined unto the Most High is going to show the mercy of the elect, and they're going to be, you know, they're going to be breached back in, so to speak, man. All right, the scripture speaks about the wild olive tree, if I'm remembering correctly, man. All right, so it's going to be a beautiful thing when the Most High, you know, does his thing out here, because he's going to be destroyed amidst all of this destruction. The Most High is still going to have mercy on the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. This is a beautiful thing. All right, so this is back in Isaiah the 63rd chapter and the 2nd verse. It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the winepress. So when Isaiah saw the vision, he saw the Lord, right, and he saw his garments, you know, which the scripture speaks about the Lord wearing a green garment, right, in the book of Daniel and in the book of Revelations, the 1st chapter. When Daniel saw the vision of the Lord, man, he saw a man, right, fierce, right, and wearing a green garment, man, right, with dark skin, right, and eyes like he was red. Because when the Lord was on the scene, they said he was like a wine bibber, man, which means to say he was drinking. But that's only because, you know, all of these different, you know, all of the different, you know, sects within Israel, right, all of the different denominations, for lack of a better word, right, they had a problem. Really, they always had a problem with the elect, man. Right, because the elect weren't no they weren't no glorious men in terms of worldliness, man. They weren't no well-learned men. All they had was the purpose that the Most High set them forth on the earth to do, man, which was to prophesy the downfall of them different kingdoms, man. Right, and for that reason, they had a problem with the Lord. They called him, when he was eating, they said he was a glutton. When he was drinking, they called him a wine bibber. Right, and when John the Baptist came and he wasn't eating or drinking, they said he had a demon, man. So, you know, you had people that always had a problem with the elect men of the Most High that pushed the word in sincerity, man. Right? So it says here, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat. Right? It says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people that was none with me, I will tread them in mine anger. So the people that were none with the Lord, who are those? Going back into the first precept I brought out in the book of Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter and the 6th verse, you know, for thou art unholy people unto thy Lord thy power, right? And the Lord has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. That means to say all the other 17 nations, right, alongside with Israel making 18 nations that make up the world, right? That means to say they are nothing, man. They're nothing, man. They're insignificant, man. Right, and when you go into the scriptures, man, you find out they are insignificant, man. The Most High said, liken the abundance of them, right, as a dust of a balance, man. All right? So it says here, and of the people that were none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all of my raiment. So the Most High is going to come so heavy, right? He said that their blood's going to be splattered on his garment, man. Right, so when Isaiah saw the vision, man, he saw a vision of a man with blood-spotted garments, man. Right, and when you go into the book of Psalms, the 58th chapter, right, you see the same thing. He said pretty much something to the effect of, man, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He's going to wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, man. Right? So they're going to be a lot of killing out here, man. Right? There's going to be a lot of destruction, man. All right? It says, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help me, and I wondered, and there was none to uphold me. Therefore, my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury upheld him. So when the Lord's doing his thing, man, his fury is going to be upholding it, man. He's going to look from left to right, man. Ain't going to be nobody there, notwithstanding the elect men, right? And he's going to be in a state of just perpetual vengeance, man. All right? It says here, and I'll tread down the people in my anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I'll bring their strength to the earth. Right? Because what's America's strength, man? What's England's strength right now? It's their military, but the Lord's going to bring their military, he's going to bring their military down to the earth, man. Right down to ashes, man. You know, they got all of these different weapons that they're developing, right? They're building all of these tankers and all of that, but the Most High is going to destroy all of that, man. He's going to bring it down to the earth, as the scriptures just said right here, man. All right? It's back in the book of Psalms, the 94th chapter. Right? Matter of fact, I was going to hit some more precepts just on that single verse there.
We have 12 people,
right? This is in the book of Psalms, the 58th chapter. It's Psalm 58, and I'm going to start from the top. It says, do ye indeed speak in righteousness, O congregation? Right? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in the heart you work wickedness, and you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are strange.